Before we dive into our match against West Ham, it's worth pointing out that they are in 14th in the Premier League and struggling. We might be able to capitalise on that. Hello and welcome to another episode of Going Pro with me, D-Boy Plays. Now, as you can see on the little table of our schedule, we've played 3 games since we last met for AC Milan and Feyenoord. 2 wins, one against Torino and the other one against Udinese, and a 1-0 loss to Napoli. Incredibly frustrating. What are you going to do? It's Napoli. They're a very good team. But we are still sitting in 6th in the league, which isn't too bad. After, 11 games now? Yeah, 11 games. We're sitting in 6th. That's pretty respectable. We're 10 points off top. Let's think of it like that. We're 10 points away from winning the league. We're not going to win the league. But we are playing against West Ham in our first match. We're at the London Stadium. We're taking a trip over to sunny old England, where I currently am. And it's been snowing in recent weeks. That was a weird moment at the start of March. Where are they currently? So they're 14th in the Europa League as well. Interesting. There's something about the number 14 that the club loves. But as you can see, we are top of that table. It would be nice to stay top. Surprise, surprise, not a massive amount of changes since the last time we saw. So, do you know what? Let's make some changes. Because as you can see, quite a lot of our team, pretty heavy with the match load we've got on at the moment. The fixture list is really congested. It's looking difficult for them. I'm amazed that we've made it this far without a bunch of injuries. Although, having said that, Maldini did pick up an injury in our game against Napoli, which was a little bit unfortunate because he would have been good to play in this game. I think, do you know what? Instead of Ramos Mingo, I'm going crazy. We're going to play Mbeso in the middle, although he's got a bad relationship with Cometia. Hopefully that doesn't transpire anything today. We're going to play Roeslev instead of Ryerson, because he's not been given enough game time recently. I do want to keep Rico out there. They're going to stay out there as well. I'm rotating the midfield quite a bit. Actually, you know what? Little throwback. Let's get Diambo and Palumbo next to each other. Absolute duo, and I think we'll leave everything else the same. Let's jump in. This, again, in my head, this is one of our tests, really, in the Europa League. Feyenoord, I felt like was going to be a real challenge. We ended up doing very well against them. If we do well here, I think we're through. Honestly, the 2 last games that we've got, which I'm going to talk to you about in a moment, we're definitely going to be watching both of those games. But I just wanted to show you more of the Europa League because we did all of the Serie A the last couple of seasons. It would be nice to sort of showcase the new thing, right? Looking at that team though. They've got Kepa in goal, Souček starting, Emerson, Kufal, Oxlade-Chamberlain, that's an interesting signing from them, Cole Palmer, Paqueta, Jared Bowen and Nikola Vlasic on the bench. We're looking at Areola, probably won't come on. And the only other name I recognise down there is Liam Delap. If you've been watching the Rochdale streams over on Twitch, you know our thoughts on Liam Delap. Hashtag he's a fraud. Let's get into it though. We'll do our best to enjoy this every time it comes on. That stadium's huge though. The stadium's absolutely massive. I think that little corner of white, that's us. I think that could be us. There it is. Yeah, I think that's where the away fans sit. Right, have we been given a corner? Is that all we've got? Let's see how we do. We're already looking good. We've already had a shot. First 10 minutes, not a lot happening. Possession we're in charge of. Although Monaco and Marseille are both winning their games at the moment, so they've jumped above us. Let's throw a little bit of... no, wait until the highlight's done before you throw encouragement. Jared Bowen on the ball. Moves into space, crosses it in, and it is cleared. Can Delamorte get onto the end of it? No, he can't. Kufal sends it back forward. And Cole Palmer gets his cross away. Gatti deals with it. And it is cleared to Delamorte. What can he do? one of two players who've been here for the 5 years that we've been in charge. The other one, of course, being Rizzo. Henry gets his crossing, can't find Palumbo. Comettia retrieves. What can we do now? In the middle with Palumbo. Home, goes for goal, sends it over. See if he can replicate the hat-trick that he managed against Feyenoord. That would be special. That would be very, very special. We're not looking too bad. It's starting to even out a little bit, but then I say that, and possession is very much in our favour. Emerson moving forward. The last thing we want to do is give away any silly fouls. Just make sure we're closing them down, winning the ball. Lovely clearance. Home picks it up. Noah plays it excellently to Delamorte. Is he going to play it back in? Yes, he does. Wow. Great finish. Clatters it against the crossbar. And that is a finish and a half for Noah Jean Holm. He's not scored many goals this season, but the ones he has scored have all been pretty good. That's ridiculous. My word. And our little corner of fans go absolutely crazy. You love to see it. 1-0 at the break. This is very pleasing. Is anyone playing back? Rico. Strangely, Rico Henry is not playing very well. We'll give him a few more minutes, see if he can turn that around. Odin plays it in. It is cleared. Vlasic on the ball. Tackled by Mbeso. Delamorte can't really do anything with it, and it is headed back to Kepa. Big ball forward. Does he find anyone? It ends at the feet of Johnson. Chamberlain now. Decent player. Good orchestrator of the game. Plays it back to Hanley. Good pressure. Ball played forward. Jared Bowen moving in the middle. Vlasic. That looked like it picked up a block on the way through. Yes, it did. That's why they've got a corner. Makes a lot of sense, really. Bowen on that corner. Big cross from him. Little tap from Roaslev and sends it out for a corner on the other side. Is this going to fizzle out to nothing? Bowen crosses it in. Cleared once more. We'll take that. We'll take that, absolutely. Yeah, let's do some things here. They're suggesting work ball into box. I like the sound of that. And I think we will also make some changes. And Rico really hasn't actually improved on that performance. So, St. Luce, you're coming on. Please do not get sent off. You have a habit of doing silly things, and I don't like it when you do, so don't do them. Yeah, we'll also bring on Busquets for Palumbo. Help us hold on to the result. Come on, boys. I'm surprised that these lads have lasted as long as they have, because they've... Noah's played pretty much every game. We did use Salcedo at striker once. I can't remember which team we did it against. It wasn't one that I've shown you, but he was absolutely useless. So we ended up, bringing on Noah pretty much around half-time because he was on such a poor rating. Lovely work, though. Busquets plays it through. Noah into Delamorte. That's 2. Absolutely brilliant. Come on. 2-0 up against West Ham. Have I overestimated the difficulty of the teams in the Europa League? And that I don't want to sound like smug or arrogant, because I'm really not feeling it. I feel like we've been very fortunate, but we've not really had any challenges there yet. The league still has its challenges, and we haven't obviously finished. We're only halfway through the Europa League. The league phase, at least. But none of the teams we've faced have seemed crazy difficult. Some of them have played well. I don't think we've managed many clean sheets. I think this will be our second clean sheet, if we hang on to it. But there's still, another 25 minutes or so to go. That's a great ball through. Is the other teams that have qualified for the Europa League not as good as I would expect them to be? Again, maybe I've overestimated our opponents here, but that's a wonderfully weighted ball, and again, fantastic finish from Noah Jean Home. He's really turning it on today, which is nice to see. I do feel like we need to make some additional changes, though. When did we bring you on? 58th. Yeah, we'll initiate a change now. I'm going to take off Cometio. You're not really doing much out there. I'll bring on Mingo, and I think I'll take off Odin, because I want to try and preserve some of the energy of the big boys. We'll bring on Salcedo. Not that he's not one of our good players, because he is a good player. He just, I'd say it's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 we get a good performance from him. It is a shame we don't have Maldini as well, because Maldini has actually started playing well for us. St. Louis plays it back to Ramos Mingo. In the middle now with Busquets. Through the middle, hat-trick. Oh, good save from Kepa. Good save. This is very, very pleasant to watch, though. It's very nice to see us winning. Because considering last year, form was awful for us last year, but this has been a nice change of pace. I feel like the team are maturing together. I feel like they're starting to gel a bit more. We are sitting comfortably at the top of this league. Souček's been injured for them. That's a shame. I'm just going to play out the last couple of minutes. Very nice. A 3-0 win against West Ham. What's going on in this Europa League? Either I'm expecting us to be rubbish, which might be a bit harsh on our team. Jesus. Basel with a 9-1 win against Dynamo Kiev. That's got a sting. But just as a quick glance, I'm going to ignore us, pretend we're not there. Rangers, good team. Monaco, good team. Marseille, Arsenal, Lazio, Sevilla, Basel, apparently incredible. Gladbach, decent. Sporting, decent. Genk, maybe not so much. Copenhagen's maybe the other team I'm looking at. West Ham, you'd expect to be okay. Besiktas are decent. Feyenoord, you'd expect to be doing better. Celta Vigo, maybe. Anderlecht, Bodo Glimt. RB Leipzig, I'm surprised they're that low. I'm very surprised to see RB Leipzig in 27th in the Europa League. I'd expect them to be contending at the top. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that as this database, we've not really those leagues haven't been playable. They've not been able to develop as much. It's mainly just been the Italian leagues that we've allowed to sort of grow and develop. So maybe there's a factor in it there. But that doesn't make sense why some of those teams aren't performing well. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to fast forward. I'll see you at the Spezia game. And hopefully we can get another win. Okay, into our league match. We've got Spezia. They're in 11th. We're in 6th. Quite a few games going on at the same time. Do any other fixtures affect how we do? If Napoli beat Atalanta and we fail to pick up points, I believe they could nick our spot. Roma have already played. Fiorentina, they've got Hellas Verona, probably a win for them. Inter have got AC Milan. Now, if that goes in AC's favour, we might be able to jump up to 4th, of course, depending on results and whatnot. It would be nice to stay in and around those European spots. We have dropped out a little bit. Well, there's our first drop. There's our first drop out of it. We might not get back into it unless we beat Spezia 4-0 minimum. But we do have... Every time I talk, the game changes. It's like the game listens totally. But we're struggling to, stay up there. We've got to do our best, though. A little bit of rotation going on with the team for this match. We got Ramos, Mingo, Botera and Cometio taken at the back three. We all know Rizzo's in goal, so I don't need to bring that up. Ryerson coming in at right wing back. Krejci and Busquets in the middle. And Henry staying at left back, mainly because we've pushed Palumbo a little bit forward to go alongside Holm. We're resting Noah just because he looked a little bit tired. We'll probably bring him on a little bit later into the game. We're giving Salcedo the start up top. See if he can have some impact as a striker. And again, hopefully it's a nice double win episode for you all and for the Pro Vercelli boys. Let's dive in. Encourage all of them. See if they can make a difference. We're at home. It should be a win, this. I feel like this would be a win. And we've never played them before, so I don't really know what to expect, if I'm honest with you. Do we recognise any names in the team? René Adelaide, that's fun. I haven't seen his name. Drakovsky in goal as well. He's supposed to be okay, I think. Maybe he was in yesteryear, maybe not so much now. We'll see how we do. Diving into the game. Are we going to get anything? Again, you look at the stats. We're doing quite well. Ryerson with the throw. Finds Krejci. Back with Ramos. Busquets now. Into Henry. Bad ball from him, and Lovric takes it back. Antov to Amian now. Spezia have possession. Moving it around nicely. Looks like they are initiating a counter-attack of some form. Good interception from Cometio. Back to Ramos. What can he do with it? Sends it back to Rizzo. The one thing I will say about this formation that I do like, we are good at passing the ball around and keeping it fluid. That was a good effort from Salcedo. Unlucky from him to hit the post. We're very fluid in it. We're very good at keeping the ball moving. We're good at winning it back as well, which is nice. We're not really triggering any press on anyone, but they're good at closing down and just getting to the opposition pretty quickly anyway. Henry plays it in the middle to Home. Wide with Ryerson. Takes it into the box. Shot with the outside of the boot. Interesting. Would have rather he tried setting up a teammate, but he's got to have a go. He's got to try, hasn't he? I don't mind so much in the early stages, and I don't mind people doing that sort of thing when we're winning. But I'd like us to get a goal or two just to sort of make it secure. Henry to Busquets, in the middle with Palumbo. Lots of quick passing. Botera plays it out to Ryerson. What's he going to do with it? Cuts back to Ramos. He crosses the ball in. Finds Salcedo. That should be us 1-0 up. Is there suspicion of a foul, maybe? Oh, offside. Didn't look offside to me. No. All right, 1-0 up. Very nice. It's been a while since we've had our usual just boring 1-0 as well, which is quite nice that that's been a change. Yeah, the football's going quite well with Pro Vercelli here. Yeah, miles onside. No chance of being offside. They're doing well, though, and it's nice to see. We're up in 5th now. Good Lord. They're saying work the ball into the box. Why not? Let's try and improve our shots on target. Henry on the left-hand side. Cuts it back to Busquets. He manages to hang on to it. Cometio into Botera. Krejci through the middle. Can't find Salcedo. Wins it back, though. Ryerson to Holm. Rounds the keeper slightly. Taps it in the net. 2-0 up. Surprisingly, because we're about to come up to an international break, Norway are not selecting Odin Thiago Holm for any matches, which does surprise me. Not because I think he's one of the best Norwegian centre-attacking mids in the game, because obviously there's, you look at someone like Ødegaard, they'd probably be keeping him out of the starting lineup, but he's not even being selected for the bench, and considering the results and the performances that he's put in for us, that does surprise me. Palumbo and Noah are going, but he's not. Which, yeah, surprised me when that came through. Lovely first half, though. Let's keep that up. Kick-off highlight with Spezia. Now Amian into Lovric. Good pressure. Forcing them back into their own half. Can we try and win the ball back, though? They're moving it around really nicely. And now they are approaching our box. Wrecker, good tackle from Ramos. It's always a bit nervy when they tackle in our box. So I always think they're going to give away a penalty, but luckily we didn't. Ryerson into Busquets now. Palumbo. Again, wonderfully weighted ball. Tidy finish for Odin Thiago Holm. It's the thing that I love about, and I don't know if it's just the way that this team's set up at the moment, but we do that. We've done that quite a lot. We'll notice that like the 3 attackers, our 2 cams and striker, they'll sort of, whoever's got the ball, so typically, I'm waffling, typically when one cam has the ball, they'll play the other cam in past the striker. So they're not really setting the striker up so much, they're just sort of playing as a pair, but really, really nicely done. And it's goals, so I'm happy with goals. 3-0 up. I'm going to leave Odin on because I want him to get a chance of a hat-trick. We are going to take off Salcedo for Noah Jean. Just to give him a bit of game time. And I just want to have the 3 Norwegians up front. Okay? Shoot me. That was, as soon as I was doing that, I was thinking, it'd be fun to have the 3 Norwegians up front. So we're going to do it. We're also going to bring on Mbeso for Botera. I was going to say because he's complacent, but then so is Mbeso. It's more just to keep rotations going. Help us hang on to what we've got. See what we can do. Inter Milan, they haven't played yet. We do, I mean, if we can get another couple of goals, this could help us out a lot. Spezia on the ball, though. Am I saying their name right? Is it Spezia or Spezia? That was a bit of a crunch there from Ryerson. Luckily, it wasn't a foul or anything. Cometio deals with it, and Henry is bringing the ball forward. Can he make a bit of space for himself? Yes, he can. Lovely work from him. Busquets plays it through. Can't find a teammate. Henry's there to clean up, though. Another chance, possibly. Busquets plays it into home. Krejci. Bad ball there, and it looks like Spezia are trying to start a counter-attack. Luckily, we retrieve. Big switch of play from Rico Henry there. Home to home. In off the post. 4-0 up against Spezia. If we can get one more... It's stupid now that I'm thinking it, but if we can get one more, that would put us above Inter Milan, I believe. And then we need AC Milan to do us a favour and beat them. Really nice work, though. Is there a tight offside? Nah. Nah, not a chance. Not tight at all. Let's make a last couple of changes to the game. Just rest some of those tired legs. We'll take off Henry for St. Luce. Although I'm a bit dubious about it. I'm losing a lot of confidence in St. Luce. We'll bring on Diambo, and I want to leave you on because you've got a chance of a hat-trick. I think the other change we will do, we'll take off Cometio for Gatti. That looks good to me. Help us see the result through. Gatti's still looking complacent. Not ideal. I mean, to be fair, they're all going to be a bit complacent, aren't they? We're winning 4-0. Free kick here, though. Is that Della Morte? It's home on the free kick. Della Morte is not playing. Why did I even suggest that? Oh, good lord, off the post. Ah, it's trickled through. Loic scores. You make the changes, the substitutes can score. And that's the 5 that I wanted. Oh, it's nice when the game listens to the positive things that you want as well as the negatives. The negatives are annoying, but the positives are nice. So close with that. That shot almost went in from the free kick. Is that going to be everything? Once again, you look at those stats, we have absolutely dominated. I think when it comes to the teams you'd expect to be the easy wins, we are 100% in charge. The challenges do come obviously against the bigger teams, which is expected, of course, but we're really good against the rubbish teams, and I like to see it. If only we were the best in the league. Nice comfy 5-0 win against Spezia. Takes us up to 5th. Let's see if AC Milan do us a favour. If AC Milan can beat them, we'll hang on to that 5th place. Yeah, that would be very, very pleasant. They don't. Inter Milan beat them. Oh, we still hang on to 5th, though, so that's not the end of the world. Okay, that's where we'll leave things for this episode. Fantastic performance from home. 2 goals, 2 assists. My word. Absolutely incredible performance. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast forward a little bit through the season now. I'm going to get through this chunk. We've watched games against a lot of these teams, so I don't really want to double up on them. Plus, those Europa League games, I feel like they should be easy wins, so I'm not really going to put too much focus on them. The games I do want to watch, though, after we've been through all of that, I want to bring it back for a double header of Trabzonspor and Copenhagen, so we can see our last 2 games in the Europa League. Hopefully we're already through to the next round by then, but I'm going to show you the last 2 games of the Europa League phase, and we will take things from there. We also have we've also got our 3rd round Coppa Italia game in there. We're playing Cremonese or Frosinone. Frosinone are in the league below and rubbish. Cremonese are in our current league and really rubbish. They've not won a single game, so I would imagine an easy win, so we're not going to come back for that. We will be back, though, for the Trabzonspor and Copenhagen game. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you have, please make sure you give it a like, and yeah, make sure you click subscribe so you can continue on this wonderful journey that we're currently having with Pro Vercelli. That's it from me, though. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, Bella.